Everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl Brandy Yvonne. Here at my channel we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of some of our favorite shows, right? So tonight is Saturday night, so of course we are talking Love and Marriage Huntsville season 4 episode 6, Wanda have a Kiki. Before we get started, click that thumbs up button, click that share button, share it with all your friends, share it on Twitter, share it on the gram, share it on the Facebook, share it with your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother. Subscribe, okay? My birthday's on Tuesday, so y'all know y'all need to subscribe. Happy birthday to me. Nah, just, throwing that out there, y'all. I'm just being silly. Anyway, we're gonna get straight into this video, okay? This episode was actually funny to me, so I was actually excited to do this Love and Marriage Huntsville review. I almost decided to save it till tomorrow, but I decided let me go ahead and give it to y'all on time, okay? It actually was a good episode, and I actually enjoyed it, so I'm actually going to enjoy this review. As you guys know, if you've been following my Love and Marriage Huntsville reviews, some of them have not been so entertaining to me, more draining and negative. So this episode was, I felt more inspired, okay? So let's get into it, okay? Because there's quite a bit to talk about here with the funny drama going on when Miss Wanda came through, okay? So with them waves in her head, okay? So anyway, episode opens up with Taco Tuesday. So we have Mel, Kimmy, and Stormy meeting up at Taco Tuesday. They all had on black. Mel would tell Kimmy, "Oh girl, you looking cute. You wearing black like me." I mean, they all coordinated it just by the way they were dressed. I don't know. Maybe they didn't, but to me it looked like they coordinated. Because Mel like to coordinate the outfits for the events. So that's the girl she is. So anyway, the ladies sit down and Mel's like, "Oh yeah, Kim, you love your Taco Tuesday, girl." And so she's like, "Girl, you're glowing. Oh my gosh, how was your honeymoon?" And Kimmy again tells us honeymoon was great. She wants to go back. She told Maurice he should have never took her out the country because now she's gonna go. And Mel's like, "That's how it goes. When you go, you want to go." Kimmy is making it seem like she don't go on that many trips, but maybe she does, and maybe it's just the significance of them being their honeymoon. I think maybe that's where the emphasis lies, but I don't know. Anyway, I would like to know, is she not a big traveler before this? I would like to know that. So anyway, they end up talking about this pajama party and how well it went, but Melanie said minus you two having the drama, and then Kimmy's like, y'all lying in the sand. Kimmy's like, that was not me. And she's talking about the whole thing with Tiffany and Stormy and Kimmy's like, yeah, me and Tiffany were having a conversation, and Stormy's like, yeah, me and Tiffany met up for drinks, and Kimmy's like, okay, that's good. And Stormy said, I think she said in the confessional that she's hoping, to have a relationship with Tiffany and just try not to believe, who she showed her she was, and she don't want no problems with Tiffany, but if Tiffany had a problem with her, then it could be something. But I just felt like, whatever Stormy said, I was like, girl, you kind of started it with Tiffany, because you came in and jumped in at the tail end of that conversation that had nothing to do with you at all. You weren't at the reunion. You weren't there at the original brunch thing about the Chambers of Commerce. Okay, so unless you were there, we didn't see you, girl. What it was you kind of starting it with Tiffany, in my opinion, Stormy, like, to be relevant. But anyway, glad they worked it out, had their drinks, they good. So anyway, Kimmy said her and Tiffany are good. Tiffany's one of those people you got to get to know them first, or they could be kind of hard to take. And Kimmy says, yeah, I'm not one to bring up things at inopportune times. I think that was a little shade to Tiffany and Stormy. But she's like, I can bring it up now that we not there. She was like, so what's up with Keke being at the sleepover and Tisha and Destiny not being invited? And so Melanie explains that her and Keke have a common friend named, was it Dewanda or Dewanya or Dewanye? Anyway, they have a common friend. Everybody said, oh yeah, she's so sweet. So everybody knows this friend they have in common. So anyway, and that's how she knows Keke. And she would, Dewanya would go over Kiki's house, or we tell Mel, yeah, I'm about to go see Kiki, and Mel like, oh, tell her to say hi. So then Mel said her and Kiki also became friends, and they would talk on the phone. And I forgot how many years she says she's known Kiki, maybe 10 or 12 years or something like that, or 7 years. I can't remember the number. Drop down in the comments if they said a certain number of years she's known Kiki. Anyway, talking about Mel knowing Kiki. Drop that in the comments. So anyway, Mel said that she doesn't bring up Tisha to Kiki. She doesn't care to talk about her cousin to her. She did kind of allude like Kiki brings up Tisha to her, and they talk about mutual issues they've had with Tisha. That's a problem for me, Kiki, if that's your cousin. That's a problem for me, okay? Unless you're not cool with Tisha like that, that'd be one thing. But still, that's your family. I don't know. I'm still side-eyeing you, Kiki. I don't care what Tisha did 4 or 5 years ago, but that's just my opinion. Anywho, so that's how Mel explains the whole Kiki thing. And Kimmy's confessionals with those big old square earrings on, but I love that green dress and that red hair, girl. But them earrings is bigger than your face, Kimmy, but you looking cute, girl. So anyway, Kimmy said, yeah, this whole Kiki thing, you know, she could believe they were friends before, but she kind of not buying it. It's not none of her business, but she do feel like Mel could possibly have some ulterior motives. And I'm like, speak on it, Kimmy, because we all seeing it for what it is. Mel's not, I don't believe Mel's really Kiki's friend like that. I believe it's all to start some mess and some drama. And Kiki is the perfect person to befriend because she also has issues with Tisha. Okay, I don't see it being a genuine friendship because where were you this whole time, Kiki? With the red curls at the picnic. Anyway, then Mel tells them about the brunch or breakfast or whatever she had with Destiny and how they've fallen out and all that. And Kimmy's like, I just can't believe that. You know, what does that mean for our friend dynamics with you and Tisha having issues and you and Destiny having issues? And she said she's having a housewarming for Jalen coming up. I'm like, only a mom would throw a housewarming for a son at his house. Like, he can't throw his own housewarming, but I get it. So anyway, Kimmy love her son. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? So, Kimmy said, you know, I do plan to invite Destiny. I have no reason not to. I'm going to invite Tisha and Marcel. They're my family. Of course, I'm going to invite them. And, because Melanie was asking her who's all invited, who's going to be there. And Kimmy rattled off Patricia and some other friends. Remember, we saw Patricia last season, and she knew the whole Maurice drama with his ex. So that would be interesting to see Patricia back, right? And so Kimmy then said, and I'm inviting you, you know, are you going to come? And then she said something about Martell. And she said, well, I didn't invite Martell. Like, you asked me, when we talked, you asked me to not invite you and Martell to the same event. So I'm following your wishes. So that's why I'm inviting you. And so then to this event. And so then they're not inviting him this time. And so she said, okay, well, if I wasn't going to, were you going to invite, like something like if I wasn't going to be able to go, or if I didn't get invited, were you going to invite Martell? Like, the way to me, she said it was like, oh, and you would still invite Martell if I wasn't going. Like, that was going to be a problem. Did y'all pick up on that too? Drop that down in the comments because that's the way I took it. And for me, that's kind of problematic for Mel to say that. Like, if it's her event, like if she do want to invite, I get respecting Mel's wishes, like only invite one or the other. I would do that anyway because both of them being in the same area is drama, as we've seen all last season that annoyed the hell out of us. So I would invite them to the same event no more, period, if I was Kimmy or any other friends. However, okay, let's say Mel couldn't show up because she had something else going on, so then they decided to go and invite Martell. Is that a problem for Mel? Because that's what she was giving me in that moment, like, is a problem if Martell was invited. Either way. So let me know what y'all thought in the comments about that. And so then Kimmy was like, well, no, I don't know if I was still going to invite Martell if you weren't coming. And then Mel was like, oh, really? Martell? You don't know why? Like, why not? And she was like, well, like, you know, Martell seems to have like a dark cloud of drama following him. And I don't really want to, now, you know, that drama is starting to involve me. And so at first when I watched the the 2 times I usually watch episodes twice before I do my reviews, and both times I was like, well, what drama does Kimmy feel like Martell is bringing that's involving her or causing an issue for her? Like, I wasn't sure what she meant, but now that I'm sitting here talking about it, thinking about it out loud with y'all, I realize she's talking about that picture is the drama that Martell's bringing around. However, I mean, yes, true, Martell is the catalyst for this whole situation, but Marcel is the one that gave the picture even more life. But I get what Kimmy is saying as well. So that's why she feels like she doesn't want to draw Martell, because he's starting to bring too much drama along with him and take her down for the ride, and she is not here for that. So anyway, next scene, I believe we see Miss Wanda. No, we saw Destiny go to Martell's house. Very interesting how this episode is edited, y'all. So Destiny goes down to Martell's house, and he's like, girl, what you doing? You ain't got no sweater on, it's cold, and you ain't got no jacket on. She's like, I got the sweater on, I'm good. He's always showing off all that skin. Looks like Martell was cooking something, and they were catching up, and she pointed out some kind of wedding gift or something, house gift she had gave to them. It was like a cheese cutter, a pizza cutter, a cutting board, or some kind of kitchen thing, y'all. So anyway, she was like, dang, did you get everything in divorce? That's the thing I gave you guys. And so then he was like, oh yeah, Mel told me to take that because your friend gave it to you. So Destiny was like, dang, she said that like that. So then he's like, yeah. And so then Destiny tells Martell that she met with Melanie for coffee. And it didn't go well. She looked really sad on her face when she did that scene. I said, Destiny, you gotta do your best acting, girl. So anyway, she goes on to tell Martell, all these damn M's, about how the situation went with Melanie, and how she didn't want her talking to Martell and talking to Tisha and all this stuff, and saying that Martell's the ops and all that. And he's like, dang, I don't understand, why she doing you like that? She trying to turn everybody against me. And Destiny said, yeah, I thought that we would be real friends. And Destiny does remind us that she's known Martell longer than she's known Melanie. And Martell also said that they've known each other him and Destiny know each other many years. And so that he's been her friend the longest. So we have that down. Okay. So then, Destiny said she went through something recently. It sucks she couldn't call Mel. They both went through divorces, even though Mel's marriage was longer. Hers was only a little minute. Martell's like, it's still significant. You still, just thought you're going to have somebody to depend on in Melanie, and it sucks it's not working out the way she, does her friends. And Martell talked about that in his confessional. My thing with Martell, we all see how Melanie operates, yes. But Martell, please, you can't comment on it. No, everybody else can, but you, sir, don't comment on nothing Melanie do. Please, because you are the worst one here. Like, no, don't do that. Because you and Melanie are the same person, okay? So anyway, and Destiny, she does seem kind of hurt by she seems hurt by the whole thing with her and Mel, and that's understandable. And so, that was pretty much all they talked about. The whole thing with Destiny going to go see Martell, I have no issue with it because they were friends first. The one thing I thought Martell did do well is he talked about how Destiny tried to really be supportive of Melanie when him and Melanie were going through their thing and their divorce, and calling Martell out on his mess when he was trying to blame Melanie for saying that he was the cheater and all that, and not... how he was trying to say Melanie was doing bad stuff and crazy stuff too. So they showed the flashback of when Destiny tried to get on Martell, and Martell did tell Destiny, you were right to do that and support Melanie in that way, and called me out even though I didn't like it in the moment. So I was like, well, at least Martell finally does do that, right? Take some responsibility for that time. So, and admits that he needed to hear what Destiny was saying. So, as far as Destiny and Martell's friendship goes, I don't think there's anything there more than a friendship. I don't feel like Carlos King and the editors and the producers We don't need to play on this possibility of Destiny and Martell. It's nothing there. If there was, I would be very, very, very shocked, y'all. I don't think there's anything there. I have no problem with Destiny going to hang out with Martell and talk to him because they were friends first. I would be curious to know, how did they become friends? Were they friends before him and Melanie got married? Were they friends somewhere in the middle of their marriage? How did that develop? Because Martell was a married man to Melanie at the time, so I'd be curious to know what that friendship, how that friendship developed, and all the ins and outs, and how, you know, he introduced her to Melanie, which is the right thing, and Melanie became friends with her and all that. I would just be curious to know how that friendship fully developed while he was married to Melanie still. Not saying men and women can't be friends, but I think a man being friends with a woman when he's married can be touchy and have some great, you know, you gotta watch that. So anyway, not saying it can't happen, but you just gotta watch it, right? So I was gonna say, just to wrap that scene up, I don't have problems with Destiny going to hang out with Martell. They were friends first, before she knew Mel. I do. Destiny is gonna be damned if she do, damned if she don't. Okay, it is a slippery slope and a fine line to walk. She's gonna always be seen as an enemy of Melanie, probably from now on moving forward, unless they make up some kind of way, because it can appear like, oh, now you running back to Martell. However, she was always in communication with both of them, so I don't see it like that, but I can see how other people might have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it, but I will say she should probably be careful. And also, it's gonna probably be very, very hard to bounce back with Melanie if she doesn't truly remain neutral. But she did call Martell on his bull when he was having bulls. So, but now, you know, she's kind of leaning towards Martell because she's on the outs with Mel, and so I think that's gonna get a little slicey and dicey. But we'll see how it all plays out this season, right? So anyway, moving on, we have Miss Wanda come down in town with that jacket with the jean denim, 2 different blues. And I knew what she had on, y'all. But anyway, Miss Wanda came through with that little fur on the coat. She's looking for Marcel. Teacher said Marcel's not there. He's at Black, but she could, you know, go see him at Black, stop by the office, see him. And she's like, oh, I'll be right back Black later. But teacher's like, oh, I already know. Every time you come to the weekend, I know it's because you're going to Black. So I guess Miss Wanda likes to go to Black. I would love to go to Black and check it out and see how the vibe is there. So if I ever go to Huntsville or any of the other locations, I thought they were opening a Houston location. I go to Houston quite often. I definitely want to go check out some Black. So anyway, and I also want some chocolate in the bottle. Marcel and Tisha, holla at your girl at the Birdie Yvonne channel. So anywho, Miss Wanda said she wants to talk business with Marcel, and she was like, I have something to show you guys. And she's like, well, since Marcel's not here, I'll show you. She got her business license, so congratulations, Miss Wanda. She is serious about this truck. She came to talk to Marcel because the truck is just sitting. She needs a deposit for the truck, so she's ready to, get this food truck on the road. She's, taking the steps she needs to take, and Tisha is proud of her, gives her props for that. Tisha tells her that she could shadow one of the cooks. I'm assuming she meant the cooks at Black, and that Tisha will show her the financial side of things so she can learn. And Miss Wanda is happy and excited about all that. So this is a cool new adventure for Miss Wanda. This is really exciting. I'm happy for her. And so Miss Wanda tells us in the confessional how proud she is of Tisha and all the things, her helping her, and all the things she's done. And it was just a beautiful moment to hear Miss Wanda give Tisha praise and uplift her, say so many great positive things about her. Not saying she doesn't do that anyway, but it was just a great, great moment to hear Miss Wanda talking about Tisha in such a high regard. I really enjoyed that scene. And so Miss Wanda said that, she was asking something, is Marcel gonna give the money or do this or that? And Tisha said she'll talk to Marcel and she could sway him in whatever direction she want him to go in. This is the first season I say maybe that's true, because other seasons it didn't look too true, Tisha, but Do you, girl? Do you? And I'm gonna talk about Tisha and Marcel's marriage at the end when we talk about when they showed us previews for the next upcoming rest of the season. I do have some things about Tisha and Marcel's marriage I want to discuss with y'all. So, or just my thoughts on it. Okay. So anyway, Tisha told Miss Wanda about, her and Kimmy's discussion, and Miss Wanda wasn't really here for it, and she still felt like Kimmy could be a snake and you gotta watch her, and basically Tisha let her know, like, me and Kimmy are cool, we made up, we good, Mom. So then she tells her about how Kimmy told Tisha about the sleepover that Kiki was there, and Miss Wanda was like, Kiki? My little niece Kiki? Kiki? And she was like, Kiki was there? And Miss Tisha's like, yes, girl, Kiki was there, okay? So then she was telling her how Kiki was talking about her over there, and then Miss Wanda was like, oh, hell no. She was like, oh, hell no. And so she was like, oh, Kiki, I'm coming to see her. When Kiki called my daughter, she called me, she said. And then she said, Miss Wanda said, and I quote, see, you never trust a person who buys shoes not in the box. You never trust this person that buys shoes not in the box. And teacher's like, what did that mean? And then Miss Wanda said, my mama always told me, you keep your friends close. And teacher's like, oh yeah, your enemies closer. So a lot of y'all was like, what is Miss Wanda saying when she said, the thing with the shoes? And some people was wondering about, if you buy shoes from Marshalls and TJ Maxx, nothing wrong buying shoes from Marshall Draws, TJ Maxx. We're not talking about that, okay? I know exactly what Miss Wanda meant, and hopefully y'all pick it up too, okay? She talking about people who steal, okay? That's what she talking about, okay? And I think the word on the street, but I'm not 100% sure, is that business that Tisha told Mel and Martell 5 years ago is something about Kiki stealing, but I'm not 100% sure, and I'm not trying to start no rumors. I'm not trying to start no drama. I thought I saw that somewhere. I could be wrong, but hopefully y'all understand. Don't matter if you don't understand it. Miss Wanda is right. People who buy shoes that ain't in the box, you can't trust them, okay? She right. Don't matter what it mean to you, she right, okay? Anyway, Miss Wanda said she was talking about Kiki and how, it's all, things with Kiki and the family, and she gonna go pay a visit to Kiki, and Tisha's like, no, Mom, you don't need to be doing all that, and Miss Wanda, she already got her mind made up on it. Okay, so Miss Wanda gonna go visit Kiki. So I believe that it's actually the next scene is Miss Wanda goes to visit Kiki. Okay, I never said Kiki always got this blue makeup around her eye for some reason. But anyway, I noticed it in the last episode too. And I thought maybe I was tripping, but now I noticed it again. And I didn't see her with no blue on. Or maybe she had on blue jeans. Anyway, do you, Kiki? So Miss Wanda popped up at Kiki's house. I'm sure production told Kiki Miss Wanda was coming. So Kiki's like, oh, I just moved in and I got all these boxes, and had I knew you were coming over, I would have been more prepared for you just popping by. And Miss Wanda was like, oh yeah, I just came by to see you. And so she was like, actually, I've been wanting to talk to you and have to sit down with you for a really long time. And so Miss Wanda was like, well, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. And so then Kiki's like, I'm sure you talked to your daughter, and told her about how she got upset because, I was at Mel's sleepover and her name did come up, but I was not talking about her. The other girls brought her up. And so then Miss Wanda was like, those girls are gossiping, they're talking mess, they're like, why are you involved in it? You're her family. You're just being with them if you're also talking about Tisha along with them. And Miss Wanda's right about that, right? Now let me give a caveat before I get into this scene, because this scene was the best part of the show, right? Before I get to this scene, Miss Wanda, okay, we lived in a righteous world. Miss Wanda should not even be in the middle of Tisha and Kiki's mess, because now it's just making more mess, right? So in the perfect world, no, Miss Wanda, you need to stay out of it. Let those girls are in the same generation, same age group. let them handle it. Like, we don't need the elders coming in. We don't need Miss Wanda fighting Tisha's battles. But I mean, that's what Miss Wanda does this whole series, this whole show. So, something in my eye, y'all. So, that's what we expect. But rightfully, no, Miss Wanda should not be in the middle of it. But we love Miss Wanda in the middle of it. We knew that was coming. Actually, we kind of wanted Miss Wanda in the middle of this because Kiki was moving foul, okay? So we was waiting for Miss Wanda to get Kiki together about this situation, okay? We messy because we want Miss Wanda in it. That's what it is. So Miss Wanda let Kiki know that she was being messy for talking down the male sleepover like that. And so Kiki was like, messy? Like, Miss Wanda is the last one to be calling anybody messy. Like, she is the queen of messy. She is the messiest person. Miss Wanda, and then Kiki's like, ain't that the pie kettle black? This is black as your black jacket and your black tights. And she laughed at her own stupid joke. So anyway, Miss Wanda let her know, like, I do not appreciate you doing that. Like, you should not be doing that, talking about Tisha in that way. And then Kiki went on to say that there's always been this thing in the family. The reason why she brought up how Tisha talked about her business to Madeline Martell 5 years ago. So if she's supposed to be family and she's not supposed to be being messy, then, Tisha's doing the same exact thing. Like, how you going to be blaming me for what, happened when Tisha did the same thing to me? So then Miss Wanda said, well, no, Tisha was talking to who she thought was her friend at the time. And so it's not the same. And she was like, why are you going to bring up something from 4 or 5 years ago? I don't like that. I agree, Miss Wanda. I don't like that either. I don't like when somebody did something to you right now, but then they're going to bring up something you did 5, 10 years ago to them. Like, that's not what we're talking about right now. Okay. So anyway, somehow they go into the deeper level of discussion, which was actually really good, about Kiki saying that, our family has always had like this rivalry, and you guys put me and Tisha against each other, or made it a competition thing, and we weren't always around each other because of circumstances. So Wanda said that they grew up in the projects. So her and whoever, I guess Tisha and them, or whoever grew up in the projects, and it's Tisha, Miss Wanda and her brother are the ones that have to put the rivalry on, okay? And the brother and his family grew up in, she said, the home houses. I didn't quite know what that meant, okay? I didn't quite know what that meant, okay? And so basically, and then Kiki said her dad was an entrepreneur. So I think Kiki and her family had more money than Tisha and Miss Wanda and their family growing up, is what it sounded like to me, okay? And so Kiki said, but I wasn't trying to have like a thing against you guys. So, but I guess Kiki's family didn't come around Tisha's family because they was in the projects, right? And so then I said, I guess that's what Marcel meant when he said Dave was from the other side of the tracks, right? So anyway, Kiki said, but I didn't do that when I became a teenager. I reached out to y'all. I, started a relationship with Tisha, and Miss Wanda said it's been problems like that ever since. And then Miss Wanda said something in the confessional about Kiki being envious. Now, I had to rewatch, when I rewatched the second time, because the first time I watched, I didn't have a clue what Miss Wanda was saying in that part of the confessional. She kept saying Tisha. I was like, what are you saying, Miss Wanda? But she was saying envious, okay? She was saying envious. And there was another word Miss Wanda said that if I could remember it during this video, I'll say it, but I can't remember how she said it. But I thought it was funny, and it's all love. I love Miss Wanda. She reminds me of people in my family, my community. It's all love. Any joke I say about Miss Wanda, it is all love. I love Miss Wanda's energy, Miss Wanda's spirit. She make that show as far as I'm concerned, okay? Even though she messy and she a hot mess, we love to see Miss Wanda on the screen. She's a fan favorite, and I hope she always knows that and how much we truly love her, okay? But she was hilarious because she said envious was some kind of way she was running that word together, okay? So she said that Kiki was envious of Tisha's marriage, Tisha's success, Tisha's family, Tisha's house, and Kiki was saying Now, Miss Wanda was saying this in the confessional, and Kiki was saying there in the scene that, it's always been a thing. Well, Tisha got a house, but Kiki's renting the house, and Kiki got this, but Tisha got this, and Kiki got this, and Tisha got this, and she feels like they've been put against each other. She's sick of it. She up to here with it. She is over all the competition and the rivalry that her dad and Miss Wanda have always set up in the family, which I believe is very, very, very true, because Kiki wouldn't be that. You can tell how mad she was about it, and you could definitely see that is one of the underlying issues, right? And so Miss Wanda said, well, you can't punish Tisha for that. That doesn't have nothing to do with Tisha. That's not her problem. And so then Kiki's like, I don't punish her for that. And so Miss Wanda's like, yes, you do. You're doing it right now. And so Miss Kiki says she don't feel like Wanda is even hearing her, and Wanda was not. Sounds like they got a lot of deep issues in their family they need to work out. Somebody on Twitter said they needed Iyanla. But, Iyanla's retired, y'all, so they going to have to get AJ Johnson, or they going to have to get somebody else from OWN to help them out, because I don't know. But they definitely got some family, maybe class issues they need to work out, sounds like. So anyway, they didn't really resolve that issue at all, y'all. So anyway, final scene, we see the Whitlows. So... oh, I did skip a scene. Sorry, y'all. When I thought about Tiffany, I just remember what I missed. Okay, so before we get to the Whitlows, we got to get to the scene where Tiffany was at her job and Mel came to visit. And, Tiffany's let her know she got 1,000 things to do. And Mel says she relaunching her skincare. She had a rebrand. And she wants to relaunch, plus dealing with her 4 kids. And what's the girl? Tiffany lets Melanie know that she's interested in having another kid, but she's not really sure because, her 2 boys, well, Lewis's son and her son are like teenagers. They don't really need her anymore. And I guess Lewis's son can drive, so her son Dave goes with that, with the brother, their stepbrother. And she likes to feel needed. She's a nurturer. She wants to take care of somebody, so she wants to talk to Lewis about having a kid. Hopefully she wants to have a boy, but she's not 100% sure. Now, I put on Twitter that Tiffany is not 34, okay? And if that offends Tiffany, I'm sorry. But it's just not adding up to me, girl. It's not adding up. It's not adding up, okay? First of all, the way you dress is not giving 34, because I'll be 34 Tuesday, okay? I'll be 34 on Tuesday, as I told y'all. So, first of all, I'm not seeing that. Okay. Tiffany's a pretty girl. I'm not taking that away from her. She don't give 34. I'm going to say good 39, 40, 44 at best. And nothing wrong with that. Like, she's a pretty lady. Like, why just say what our age is and not lie? But I'm not trying to call her a liar or nothing. I'm just saying. It's not giving 34. It's not adding up. The math is not mathing, okay? So, also, she did a flash of Big Dave talking to Lewis, and they're talking about the whole co-parenting situation, because she was saying that Big Dave got to meet her biological mom, and we're going to get into all that in a second. So, I looked at how Big Dave looked. And then I'm looking at how Lewis looked. They're giving a good 45. Okay? So either they're a lot older than you, Tiffany, or you are their age, right? Okay, because you're not, no. And you're not having any more kids, but no, maybe you can. No. And then didn't she say, somebody reminded me that she was in her field for 12 years. And then wasn't she married before her son's father came along? Wasn't she married for like a big chunk of time or something? The guy she loved because he didn't make enough money. So like, girl, you done lived way too much life. The point of the story is she has lived way too much life to only be 34. Like, girl, you have to be older than 34. With all the things you've said you've done in your life, you have to be older than 34. It's not adding up, okay? We'll take looks off the table. The looks are subjective, and the way you dress is subjective. Although it gets old. But we can take all that off the table. based on the timeline of your life, and you say you've been in your career for 10, 12 years, plus you didn't already had 2 men before Lewis, girl, you was older than 34, okay? Because I ain't even got to my first husband yet, okay? And I'm trying to get there. Anyway, back to the scene. So I just wanted to give my thoughts of why I said she is not 34. Okay, so but anyway, she want to have a baby with Lewis and, you know, see what they can do with that. So she also lets Mel know that she has to go to the doctor, make sure everything's straight, because when she had her son, she kept bleeding a lot after, and then she had a DNC. I'm not 100% sure what that is, and I did not bother to look it up. So if somebody knows, the Brandy Yvonne supporters, you know, some of y'all are medically inclined, drop down in the comments to let your girl know what a DNC is so I could be informed, okay? Because at the Brandy Yvonne channel, we are all family, and we keep each other informed on all the information going on with the things we talk about, okay? It's a community over here, y'all. So then she talks about, you know, she met her birth mother, and meeting her, and that issue with DNC is hereditary, so that led her to talking about how she met her birth mother. She's trying to find her birth father. That's like the last piece of the puzzle. So what she's talking about here is, you know, a lot of times people are adopted, they don't know about their true medical history until they're in those medical situations. So that is very good that she is, you know, exploring her biological family so she can know what's up. I had an Uber driver recently telling me about similar situation. He was a guy, so he had diabetes and some kidney issues that he didn't know was hereditary from his birth parent. And so now he's trying to, you know, get his health under control. But had he known those things, he would have, you know, did some preventative things early on in his life. So it's very important when people are adopted and they don't have a clue, you know, they're adopted at birth. It's really good that they try to explore where they came from so they can know their biological history, their health history, and all that. Family health history is so important, right? Especially for us as African Americans, okay? So anyway, she said she's gonna go to, was it Idaho or Iowa? It probably was Idaho, huh, y'all? Drop down in the comments, remind me what state it was, y'all, because I can remember it was like Idaho, Montana, some state nobody care about. Anywho, she going there, and Lewis is supposed to go with her, right? Now keep that in mind. And she wants to, you know, they get all these information from the birth records, write everything down, investigate. And so Melanie gets really excited, like, girl, for real? You going? Oh my God. Because, you know, the Scorpio me, girl, I'm an investigator, you know. And I be writing stuff down. You know, when I was young, I used to like y'all to watch all the murder mysteries. I was, girl, in another life, girl. I was a private eye investigator, girl. I was finding out everything. Let me tell you something, baby girl. I am the one to investigate for you. I was like, Melanie, girl, relax. Relax. We didn't ask for the Melanie Private Eye Services today. Relax. She got too excited. So she was like, yeah, if you want me to go with you, girl, I will go. And so Tiffany kind of got excited, like, really, you go? Because Mel was talking about all the investigating she's going to do. So that intrigued Tiffany to invite her. So then, and I'm going to explain more of that later as well. It's going to all come together in this final scene, right? So final scene, we see Lewis and Tiffany. Lewis is meeting Tiffany at an Airbnb. Tiffany got a little Airbnb sneak away situation set up for them. They're celebrating their 6-month anniversary, like half year anniversary leading to the 2nd year. Who cares? Anyway, and she did say, you know, oh, we're, you know, getting to where we want on the bank. You know, you've been putting in that extra time work. We're getting to where we want to get in the bank account. So they're also celebrating that. I said, Tiffany said she ain't gonna have no man not making that money again. She learned her lesson, okay? I ain't mad at you, Tiffany. So anywho, so he's happy that, you know, she made that time for him. She got it set up nice and romantic in there. They got a private chef. She went and sat on Lewis's lap. The chef was looking over there like, So, anyway, she's saying, you know, we got a lot to celebrate, and he's happy that she made that time for him. And so then she goes on to tell him about going to look for her biological father and how Melanie got really excited and she wanted to go. So she wants Melanie to go with her instead and make it a girls' trip. So Lewis kind of looking like, dang, like, girl. And so he did look very disappointed and hurt by that. And so then she was like, oh, you look disappointed and you're not supposed to be disappointed right now. I want you to be glad and not mad. Like Whitlow's, we don't get disappointed. So why are you disappointed? And I'm like, girl, how are you gonna give this man bad news and then tell him how to feel about it? Yeah, he's disappointed because he wanted to share in this moment with you of you finding, this journey of you finding your family, and you just told him you don't want him to go. Of course he's going to be disappointed. And he said, yeah, I'm disappointed because I really wanted to be there for you, especially because, Big Dave, he met your mom. So, I wanted to be there to support you when you meet your dad. I wanted to do that. And so, I think, Lewis just wanted to be included, especially with the ex getting to meet the birth mom. He wants to be included in the things Tiffany is going through. So I get why he feels some type of way. And I would too if I was him. And how dare she tell him, oh, Whitlows don't get disappointed. Well, yes, the hell the Whitlows do. Okay, and everybody else in the damn world, Tiffany. Oh, she did make me mad. So anyway, she said, well, Mel, she's really good with, asking the questions that maybe I wouldn't think to ask or know how to ask and putting information together. And you're more just going to kind of sit back and let me do my thing. And I need someone who's going to be asking the questions. So I get Tiffany's point of why she wants Mel to go. Although I don't think Mel is that serious of an investigator, but maybe she will ask all the important questions and support Tiffany in that way. Also think, why not give Lewis the chance to tell him that's what you need in that moment? And say, hey, I need you to kind of step up and ask those questions instead of, being more in the background, letting me be the one. Like, if he really wanted to do that for you, you should have kind of let him do it. But I get it. Anyway, then she goes on to say, talking about making a little Whitlow around there. And Lewis said something about them. He's like, you're always working. Like, how are you going to bring a baby into that? You barely have time. She said something about spending time with the boys. And he said something about, like, did you not think about that you don't even have that much time left with them, so how are you going to bring a baby? I think that's what he was saying. It was weird the way it was chopped up, y'all. And so, he looked at her crazy again, and then she's like, oh, this is not how I expected this to go. And he did say, like, is this why you planned this dinner, was to, bring me bad news, about him not getting going on the trip. And so then she was like, no, it wasn't just for bad news. And I'm like, girl, you was just trying to soften the blow. Tiffany, we see you, girl. We see you. So, basically, that's the Whitlows, they don't be giving nothing. But it was very interesting. And that is the scene, I believe, they flashback and showed Big Dave talking to Lewis and about the co-parenting of the son and all that. And like I said, that scene, I looked at Big Dave and Lewis, and they weren't getting anywhere near 34. So, Lewis wants to share that moment with Tiffany, meeting her biological dad, and that's understandable, right? So then they show previews of what's to come next. Y'all, it looked like a mess. Tisha and Mel gonna be fussing and fighting. Keke and all the Tisha family gonna be fussing and fighting. And then it's looking like Marcel might have met somebody at the motel, and Miss Wanda had a picture. I feel like they're teasing us. I don't feel like we're gonna still get any good concrete evidence of Marcel cheating. If that happens this season, I will be shocked. I feel like it already been in the blogs and it's not. So I don't want to start to believe it until I see the episode. I feel like they always tease us for something crazy like that's going to happen and it doesn't. So I don't want to get too hyped up on that. It looked like Keke trying to out Marcel or something, say he was cheating too, and looked like everybody started fussing and fighting. I said, oh yeah, y'all are off another side of the tracks. But nah, no shade to them. But anyway, let me know what y'all think of this episode in the comments. This episode was given some good stuff. It was funny. Miss Wanda come on the scene is always going to be a good time. I cannot think of that word. She said that was funny to me. Was it I can't think of how she said it, but was it protected? I know she had said visited. in a weird way. But something else, the word she said that was funny. I can't even think of it, y'all. It's fine, no. Anyway, love Miss Wanda nonetheless. And I do want to try her food truck. I really do. Anyway, y'all, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see y'all back here probably next week for Ready to Love, unless something comes up before that. Thank y'all again and have a great night. We'll talk later. Bye.